If you want to start a coaching business this new year, don't do this one thing. This one thing, and in fact, these 5 things that I'm going to reveal to you in this video are quietly killing your chances of building a profitable coaching business. So let's dive right in. What's the first thing not to do when building your coaching business this year? Don't start by building your brand and your website and your logos and your business cards. This is the biggest waste of time I see coaches make, and it leads them to wasting time getting ready to get ready, because many of us as coaches, you included, who have probably a lot of experience, still feel insecure. We feel afraid of failure. We feel afraid of rejection. So we avoid all the things that cause negative emotions. Instead, we distract ourselves with false things that we think are productive. I'm going to go on Canva and come up with a really cool logo. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the name of your program. Nobody cares about the branding of it at this stage. Now, there will be a time when you start actually getting clients. Brand is really, really critical. But if you're just launching, this is a complete distraction that you are just wasting weeks, months, and years of your life procrastinating on. So let the brand go. Get clear on who are you most called to serve. What value is your coaching? What's your offer? And then what are the conversations with your network to get your first handful of clients? Start there instead of the brand. The second mistake is don't pick a niche based on your identity. What I mean by that is no one cares what label you give yourself. Your identity is calling yourself a mindset coach or a relationship coach or a career coach or a business coach. So what? That doesn't tell anyone the specific problem that you can solve. In fact, calling yourself a coach today, sadly, is like calling yourself a network marketer 15 years ago. The moment people hear it, they run the other way. Why? Because they don't want to be sold to. But if instead you say something like, you know how most corporate leaders struggle to package their expertise into a coaching or consulting business and they want to create a more fulfilling career? Well, that's what I do. Now you're clear and specific and you led with a problem. So release the attachment of connecting your niche to your identity and instead focus on the problem that you solve and the promise that you make. I'm getting a little passionate about this in my video. And I know I say this in a lot of my videos, but repetition has a reason. And I want you to hear this over and over and over again so that you ingrain this concept. Okay? The next thing I would avoid is don't build a perfect offer in isolation. Like, don't spend months trying to figure out the perfect offer. Is it one-on-one? Is it group? Is it a curriculum? Is it non-curriculum? How many calls? How much to charge? Work on co-creating your offer. Yes, you want to set a hypothesis. You want to get clear as possible, as clear as possible as you can on it. But then you want to go out there and do market research interviews. Then you want to go out there and make offers and see what's converting. Because if you're not converting at 40%, if you're converting at 5%, then we got a big problem. You're either talking to the wrong people or you're making the wrong offer. But if you're going to wait for this perfect offer to where you feel confident on it, you're never going to get off the ground. You're not. I just know this. I've coached thousands of coaches over the last 10 years. I get the psychological friction around this stuff. Get as clear as you can. And again, there's other videos of mine on this channel about pricing and what to charge and what to deliver. And you can model those and watch those, but just start and choose that. And don't waste any more time getting ready to get ready. Okay? The other fourth thing I'd say avoid is don't undercharge to get experience. Now, I get if you're just starting, right? You're probably not going to be starting to charge $50,000 or $10,000, $20,000 for your coaching. But I don't want you to fall into the trap of offering your services for free. And the reason is because when you are doing free coaching, no one really values it. A great mentor of mine once said, people pay attention to what they pay for. And if there's no skin in the game, and I know this from experience, I was coaching for free when I started. And guess what? My clients didn't get great results, not because I wasn't charging them. Actually, that was why. The reason why they didn't get great results was because they had no skin in the game. So that means that they didn't do the work. They didn't show up on calls on time. And I was afraid to set boundaries because I was insecure at the time. And it was a huge disservice to them. So I'm not opposed to you starting with a discounted price, right? You can let them know that normally your pricing for your coaching is $3,000, but because this is a case study program, you're willing to do it at a 50% discount in exchange for their testimonial. And so it's $1,500. I'm not opposed to that. That's really powerful language, by the way. If you want to rewind that, write that down and use that. But I am opposed to you giving your coaching away for free, because it's going to erode your confidence over time, and it's literally setting up a client to fail because they don't have any skin in the game, so they will not value it. So don't make that mistake. Okay. The fifth and final thing is don't rely on posting more on social media. I can't tell you how many business coaches say just post, instead of posting once a day, post twice a day, post 3 times a day. And that's such outdated, horrible advice. Yes, you do need a post, right? Because if you're not communicating a message online, no one knows that you exist. But you've got to be strategic and thoughtful about it. And you've got to have the right message to post first in the right place. And just think about the nature of social media. It's different than it was a year ago. And it's way different than it was 5 or 10 years ago. People aren't really going to Facebook or Instagram to connect with people anymore. We're flooded on those platforms by ads from people that we don't even care about. And so if you're interrupting people's newsfeed with stuff, then it's got to be useful. It's got to be shareable. And it's got to be, I would argue, polarizing. So posting more is not the right thing. I don't publish videos to YouTube every single day. I publish 1 video a week. That's not a lot. There's creators out there that publish far more than that. But the reason I do that is because I want to put my energy into other things like helping clients, not just producing YouTube videos. So yes, you do need to post. Yes, you want to choose one platform and create a consistent cadence on that platform. But just posting more is not going to produce more leads and more clients. So what do you do instead? Right? If these are the 5 things not to do, then what do you do? Well, number 1, you choose one painful problem that you can solve, right? Instead of wasting your time with your brand and with your logo and with your business card, choose one problem, get clear on one promise, and build your messaging around that. Second is to start 10 conversations. Reach out to your network. Let them know that you're launching a coaching business, and ask them if there's anybody that they know would benefit from it. Tell them a little bit about it. If they are a fit for your coaching, then do a market research interview, which I talk about in some of my videos. It's the second one. The third is invite them to the clear next step. When you do that, maybe your invitation will be, listen, this sounds like you would benefit from this. Are you interested in finding out more? And that feels very bold and very vulnerable, but that's what you need to do to build a coaching business. Or you take an indirect approach and you say, I'm curious, now that you know a little bit about this coaching business, who do you know that you think would benefit from this, right? Make a clear ask. It doesn't always have to be, who do you know and are you interested? It could be, hey, if this was useful, here's a free YouTube video that I just want to send you as a gift. Give it a watch. That could be the ask, right? The ask could be, when I announce on social media that I'm going to be launching my coaching business, would you be willing to like it and comment on it? Right? The ask doesn't have to be super aggressive. It could be a simple step. And just keep in mind, you don't need a massive audience when you're starting. I know a lot of people compare themselves to others on social media. I fall into the trap of doing it all the time. I get it. And I do it even though I'm consciously aware of it, there's unconscious patterns that are happening. You can succeed at this, but you've got to be willing to do the work. And if you're not willing to stretch yourself and be coachable and grow outside of your comfort zone, you will not succeed this new year, no matter how great the strategies are that I teach, no matter how great the tactics are that you learn. If your identity is fixed-minded, and if you're not willing to grow, then you won't succeed. But just know that you don't need a massive audience, because every coach who is successful today started exactly where you are right now. So that's my video. Quick request that I have is, if you got value from this, then do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. That allows me to share this message with more people. And then make sure to check out my next video, because if you really, now that you understand what not to do, let me tell you what to do by going through my free online course on how to start a coaching business. Just click up here, watch those videos, and I'll see you in the next series.